Last week I had a podcast with one of my recent clients who got a job offer from Maersk as a tax analyst specialist, or like the tax analyst specialist, I believe, like specifically in like the company itself is like in logistics, but the position is like in finance. So she's been actually working with me for a couple of months, and before that she actually has tried a lot of things. I mean, like applying for jobs, and when I asked her how many applications you've done before we got started to work together, and she was like thousands. And I'm not actually joking. She literally said like the thousands of applications she sent over the course of 2.5 years before we get started to work together. So her story is like completely different than like 99% of people that I actually work with. Usually like the people who, first of all, they come to Poland with the study, like based off the study, or just directly to the job. But her case was like completely different. Like she actually came on dependent visa, or dependent, like her husband actually got a job, and then she just simply followed. Her husband, before we start to work, actually not pushed but encouraged her to pursue some sort of like career, like not the career but the degree, let's say, like just go to the university and just get the Polish diploma or just Polish degree. And then in hindsight they thought that the reason she was not be able to actually get the job offer is just because she didn't have the degree. And it was completely wrong. And when I actually talked to her for the first time, and she said that she actually brought up this conversation, and she said that I'm actually planning to actually just go to the university and just get the Polish degree, and like thinking that it's gonna help. And I actually told her that I talked to around 50 people on a weekly basis, and 7 out of 10 times the people who have 2 diplomas from Polish universities. And I'm not actually kidding. And I actually told her that you not knowing how to get a job is the problem. It's the skill, not having the degree, if that makes sense. Because if you think about it, just getting a job is the skill, like which is like the building CV, building LinkedIn, just talking nice, or just knowing how to communicate in the interview, or like the being some sort of expert, like in your domain of mastery. But the degree, like itself, it's not gonna help like any way, shape, or form when it comes to getting the job. And then she was like saying that in the interview, after me and her just like having the conversation, she actually went to, just talked to her husband that she wanted to actually work with me. And then her husband actually didn't want to do it because, like, I don't know, like he was kind of skeptical, and we ended up actually talking with each other right on the phone. And then like we ended up working together. She kind of promised him verbally that if she couldn't get a job till basically winter, she was planning to pursue the degree, or just pursue the academic way, or like just MBA, or just the bachelor's degree, which she had already in the first place. And then fast forward, to be honest with you, on December 25, like she got a job, and then she started like in the new role in the Maersk in basically like the January 2026. So the point I'm trying to explain is like it's not about your CV, or it's not about your degree, or it's not about the certificate, or it's not like none of that. It's all about you knowing how to get a job, and it's the skill issue. And you can actually keep doing what you've been doing, like Yashita was doing. It's not gonna actually help you to get a job because you suck at the job search, or you don't know how to apply, or you don't know how to get job interviews. And that's a skill issue. And unless you fix the issue, or unless you learn how to get a job, or unless you learn how to land the job interview, or unless how to just crack through the job interviews and get the job offer, you keep sucking. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you keep actually struggling because you lack the skill. And you might actually stack up 5 different degrees from 5 different universities, but it's not gonna help you because it's not the guaranteed way. Like even if you have 10 degrees, like no one gives you guarantee, or like your professor, or just, I don't know, your university director, he's not gonna actually tell you that, you're gonna get a job, like definitely. Like no one gives you guarantee in the university, right? It's so crazy that like people come to me and just ask for the guarantee. Like in the first place, they have to actually just blame the university. they are the one actually failed them, right, at the university, if you think about it. And then they're actually paying like the gazillion zlotys, like the many, like the, literally like big amount of money for the university, just like for the tuition fee. So the point, as I said, I'm trying to explain is like you actually don't know how to get a job, and you cannot blame your university, your degree, or your certificate, because like I talk to people like on a daily basis. That's what I do for a living. Most of the time I talk to people who have like 2 degrees, from the Polish universities, and they still think that unless they have the diploma and then they actually try, they're not gonna realize, especially people who are currently studying at the university, right? And they think, like most of them, they think that after the graduation, like someone is waiting for them to actually offer the job offer. But it's not the case at all. Honestly, from my experience, the people who got the job offers while they are studying are the one actually succeed in the corporate space. I'm just gonna repeat again. The people who get the job offers while they are studying are the one who succeed in the corporate space. Because like if I look at all of my friends, all of the people that I work with, they usually get the job offer while they are studying. And by the time they actually finish up their graduation or just degree, it might be master's or bachelor's, right? They have the job, like which is full time. And then they can actually stop the studying and then actually get promoted or change the company. By the time they actually graduate, they have the list of experience, like the list of portfolios or the social proof. They've done something. And you like the simply waiting for having the degree and then trying to get a job, it's totally nonsense and completely bullshit. And you have to actually start applying for jobs while you're studying. And the degree you have, the diploma you have, no one actually gives the guarantee you will get a job. And like I'm actually telling you as someone who is like officially drop out, and I've never finished university. So as I said, you don't know how to get a job, and it's nothing wrong with you, and it's nothing wrong with your degree, and it's nothing wrong with your certificates or portfolios. You just simply don't know how to get more job interviews and close the job interviews or just get the job offer finally. So I actually work with a bunch of people who are looking for a job. I talk to people who are looking for a job. I make content about job search. I basically that's what I do for a living. And I actually just share the knowledge or just the stories or something which I resonated with you guys on YouTube. And this is this is not actually filtered or just like the scripted stuff. I'm actually sharing the recent story that I actually got some sort of like the resonation, and I just want to actually share with you. Hopefully that might actually help you to change your perspective when it comes to the job search. So as I said, if you had to take only one thing from this video, is you knowing how to get the job interview, you knowing how to get the job interview and just passing through it. It's the skill issue and it's not the degree, okay? And you actually blaming, I mean, you can actually take this video and just do nothing. That's completely okay. But the point I'm trying to explain, unless you don't realize this, you keep struggling, okay? Like unless you don't realize this, you keep struggling. And it's better actually just changing your thing or just perspective or just your mindset, and then actually starting learning how to apply for the job, like actually learning how to apply for the job. So that was the video, and in the next video, most probably I'm gonna actually drop the podcast, and she has a lot to talk, actually a lot of interesting stories, so you guys gonna enjoy. And that was the video about it, and see you in the next time. Peace.